Yes, you guessed it. Every part of my professionalism is going to be tested over the course of the next 15 to 20 minutes. What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge. We are live as we count down to the NFC Championship game, the 49ers and the Rams, and we are sweating what should have been a blowout. But instead, the Chiefs have not showed up in the second half. They were up 21-3, but the Bengals have scored 21 unanswered points. It's 24-21. And we're going to sweat it here live with everybody. Let's bring in the stars of the show, and let's get their take on what has happened thus far. And we're going five wide here on the show. I don't need to do introductions. Mikey, real quick, let me come to you. What has been the biggest issue with the Chiefs blowing a 21-3 lead?
They got a little conservative, and they after of course, not scoring at the end of the half, that really hurt the momentum a lot, not scoring at the end of the half, and they come out a little conservative and have not played well. Obviously, the turnover didn't help, but haven't played well, but they still are in a position to go win the game. They've got their quarterback on the field. All they got to do is go score a touchdown, and they needed to score another touchdown now at this point probably to win the game anyway. So go score a touchdown, you go win.
That's exactly right. With as bad as they played, Maestro, in the second half, 38 total yards, the Chiefs in the second half. But like Mikey said, they still have a chance to win it. And we still have some of our props that are still alive. Kelsey right now, he just got another one. He's going to be at 9 catches. That play right there should have taken him over both props. So that's good for us. And then on the other side, Alex, you said you'd like the over for Joe Burrow. 21-36. Both of those are close. 233, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Your thought on Burrow right now and some of his numbers, because we're right in that pocket.
It's been a tale of two halves. We've seen the Bengals looking flat in the first half, much like we're looking at the Chiefs in the first half. Furthermore, we saw the Bengals just running the ball a lot, and they brought it up on the broadcast on first downs, which was something they were doing early in the season that they got away from, and I attributed to a lot of their success later in the season. It was just a weird game plan to me. I think they should have put it in Burrow's hands early to start the game, but yeah, they got the memo in the second half. I do want to point out also, Coach, the leading receiver for the Bengals right now is none other than Mr. T. Higgins.
By a lot. 4 for 86. Chase, 6 for 54. P. Ryan, 3 for 43. We don't say his number a lot. It's going to be a big third down here for the Chiefs. 3rd and 1, under 4 minutes to play. Yes, Alex.
Larry and I just cash Travis Kelce, no matter what number you got him at, he is over. That takes me to a nice 2-1 on the game. Also got Evan McPherson for my first kicker prop ever. Shout out Mr. Alan Bell for the inspiration. Very pleased. We got a little unlucky with CJ Uzama getting injured in the first quarter, but always happy to go 2-1.
All right, and as you were talking, Travis Kelce straight down the middle for another 20 to 30 yards. So now the Chiefs are in field goal range, and Kelce just went over, I think, 100 yards, 10 catches. We talked about it on the show today, AB. Kelce had to be the guy, and he's been the guy, but Tyreek Hill, 0 yards in the second half.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I hope Sean McVay is paying attention to this game right now. Keep the foot on the gas pedal and keep going. But you're right, and Coach, again, I've got to give you props here. You nailed it from the beginning of the playoffs. Quarterbacks find the guys that they're familiar with. Yeah, Travis Kelce this game done well. We've seen, at least in the first half, Tyreek as well.
There's no doubt about it. And Patrick Mahomes right now, 25 of 35. End around to, I believe that's Hardman, and he gets 9 yards. So it's going to be 2nd down and 1 from the 30. Under 3 minutes to play. Clock is stopped. This is not good on a Chiefs fan's heart right now. I can tell you that. And McKinnon stuck behind. Oh, now he finds his way inside the 15 now. And real quick, AB, normally you're the quarterback whisperer. We had 2 interceptions from both quarterbacks on back-to-back possessions. Where was our play?
I know, right? It was wild. Yeah, like I didn't see that coming of both of them going just back-to-back drives on that one. But you know what? The defense has stepped up, especially when they needed it big.
There's no doubt about that. So now here we go, and I'll be honest with you. I really don't care if you want me to get to the 49ers and get to the Rams, because this is way more important right now. So it's going to be first down at 10, and it's going to go down to the 2-minute warning. Oh, no, they can't. They have to run a play. It's going to be a delay. Oh, no. So they were able to get it to the 2-minute warning. So now here's the interesting thing. And, Mikey, let me come back to you. Because what happened last week when the Chiefs scored too early? We can't think about scoring too early. We have to think about scoring, but that's got to be a thought process, no?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think that that's going to be on their mind here. I think they're going to try to not score very quickly. I think we're going to try and run the clock out and score with as little time as possible left. It's going to either be a walk it off or in the game kind of situation. We're going to force Cincinnati to use their timeouts if we get inside the 10 here.
I love that. It's a little dicey, but it can be a smart play. Alex, what do you got?
Very interesting development in the Chiefs' backfield as well. It's been the Jerick McKinnon show, something I was surprised to see, frankly, especially with Darrell, the mentor, Williams active as well. Leads the team in carries with 11 compared to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who has 6. We haven't seen much Darrell Williams at all either. Furthermore, he's closing in on 100 yards combined, rushing and receiving. Very impressive day for McKinnon in the Chiefs' backfield.
Yeah, both of his numbers would have come in, no doubt about it. And I know the maestro, that 36 yards is just like a blinking red light right now in Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We're a yard and a half away from cashing that ticket, Larry.
Yeah, that one hurts a lot. But, I mean, the Chiefs got out of rhythm, and it was interesting to me. I thought, they're going to shake off what happened at the end of the first half, but they really didn't. They just stayed out of rhythm for so long. I don't know that they got super conservative. They just looked in a funk and a little shaky, and you see the result. Now they're fighting for their lives. But if I were them, I would not be concerned about the clock. I would just try to score, because when you start thinking that way, then all of a sudden you've got 3rd and goal from the 8.
I agree. Believe me, I agree with all of that. We've just seen it so many times before, and we just saw it 7 days ago. By the way, Faustino in the chat, he says, I need a pick. Let's go. You want to pick right now? You can go to a different show. I really do not care. By the way, he's the same guy that said he wants to see Mahomes throw a pick 6 so he can see me cry. You're that close to getting blocked out of the chat. That close, but I respect the trash talk. I really, really do. So, Mikey, let me come back to you. What do we call here? What do we do? We got 1st and 10. Inside the 15, everything is at your disposal. What do we do?
I think we're going to see one of these shovel passes to Travis Kelce over the middle here. We've got enough time to see it. We haven't seen it yet this game. I think we're about 5 to 6 yards away from that, though. We need to get inside this 5-6 yard line, but I definitely think that'll be one of the play calls.
Alex, quickly.
I'm running the ball with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, getting Maestro over this 36 rushing yards. And honestly, I would actually advise that in real time as well. So let's see Clyde get a rushing attempt.
All right, Mahomes just ran for 5 yards. He got out of bounds. So 1:53 to go. And as you were saying that, Alex, I was getting ready to say, well, that can't happen because it's an empty backfield. So that wasn't going to happen. But that's a good thought. That's a really, really good thought. So now it's 2nd and 6, 1:53 to go. The Chiefs have got to score a touchdown. You don't want to tie this game with 1:20 to go. That's a recipe for disaster. So 2nd and 6, 1:53 to go. Mahomes back to pass. Pause. Still running around, turning around, still with the ball, still looking, still running. Oh, out of bounds at the 13.
Guys, I don't know what he's looking at downfield, but have you ever seen him not be looking downfield so much? He's just kind of looking at the rush right there.
You're absolutely right.
It's hard to know what was out there, but I was a little surprised to not see him look downfield more.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. He was looking there on the replay, and then at that point, you just got to dial on your greatness and just try to do what Joe Burrow has done in the second half, and that's run for first downs. There's 3 different drives that they should have stopped the Bengals on, but they couldn't stop Joe Burrow and sack him in the backfield. By the way, Alex, you had that Jones prop that he missed twice.
I do want to give a little bit of credit really quickly.
Real quick. All right. Oh, they're going to give it to him. Yes. Okay. Sorry, Alex. So
you're fine. Mikey called one of the shovel passes.
He called it.
At the exact yard line, I will admit.
So shovel pass, first down, So now this is going to be very, very interesting. AB, let me come to you. So now first down. Bengals have 2 timeouts. 1:28, first and goal from the 5. Wow. What do we do?
Well, what you're going to do, you're probably going to do another one of those shovel pass because, you could use it, run the clock a little bit. It's low risk. The only thing you cannot do is run a risky play here. If you run it 3 times and kick the field goal, it's not optimal, but it still keeps you in the game. The only thing you cannot do is throw an interception. That's the only thing you can't do. So it's either going to be Kelsey or it's going to be run the football, and I bet they run the football.
So Cincinnati called timeout.
Yep.
So, but here's the deal. So they got 1 timeout left. So as long as what AB just said, as long as there's not a turnover, the Chiefs can essentially run the clock out and either kick a game-tying field goal if they get stopped or score a touchdown. But right here, they do have the ability to run some clock. But Maestro, let me come back to you. I'm with you. You can't try not to score. You have to try and score.
And I feel like on that play, it didn't look to me like he was trying to score.
No, it did not. They were just trying to get a first down, which they got. All right, McKinnon straight up the middle, stopped at the 4. So the Bengals will call another timeout. This is very, very, very interesting because throw it. Go ahead, Alex.
That is very surprising to me. It says a lot right now that McKinnon is getting these touches as well, these crucial touches.
Hey,
to
Alex,
close out the game.
Stop rubbing it in, please.
I apologize. I just find it a very fascinating development in this backfield.
Hey, what you do here after this timeout on second down, run one of those, inside little jet sweeps, either to Tyreek or someone like that. Again, a low-risk play. If you don't get the touchdown, fine. You've got timeouts too. You just cannot put the ball in the air. You might do it on third down, a fade to the back corner. Other than that, I'm running the football.
You have to run the football here. You have to, because that's 40 seconds. That's going to take you down to 40 seconds left in the game, and then you try to win the game on third down. That's what you should do here. Now, if you're Andy Reid, he's a brilliant offensive mind. Not a great game manager, though. He's not a great clock manager. We know that. So here we go. Second down and goal, 1:26 left in the game. 24-21 Bengals. 21 straight unanswered. Now, oh, no. He's throwing the ball, and he's running around, and now he's going down at the 9. Oh, my God. Well, at least he didn't throw the ball incomplete. That was a positive.
Yeah, a sack's not terrible here. You're so close. Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. Now it's third and down. You absolutely have to run the football. You're playing for the field goal now.
What?
And Mikey, you're going for the win here. Mikey said it would be 3rd and 8. It's 3rd and 8. So the clock's, what I would do is I would run it down to 1 second and call a timeout. Get every last second off the clock. You've got 3 timeouts. You don't need them here. So take it. And that's why I'm a great game manager.
Guys, did I not just – who knows what's going to happen. But I said you don't want to be in 3rd and goal at the 8.
Correct.
I would rather have a 4-point lead, and they don't have any timeouts, and they still have a minute and have to go the length of the field.
Well, they're trying to score, though, Maestro. They're trying to score. They're not trying not to score.
Didn't look like it on that first down rush from McKinnon that he was trying to score. He didn't hit that hole very hard.
Well, I think he's just a young kid that's a little bit nervous right now.
It's Cincinnati. Cincinnati's out of timeout. So, you could run the football.
You had to.
Bring it all the way down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex.
I want to very quickly just give the Bengals offensive line some credit. Much maligned all year. Frankly, last week we saw them give up 9 sacks, 11 if not counting the penalties, holding the Chiefs to only 1 sack. I know Burrow's not had a ton of time, but definitely stepped up. Only allowing 1 sack. I've been impressed with the Bengals offensive line today.
Okay, so here we go. Let's set the stage as number 15 runs back onto the field. I'm keeping my eye on number 87. I am keeping my eye on number 87. 3rd and goal, 39 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts for the Chiefs. The Bengals are all out of timeouts. Play clock at 13, 12, 11. Mahomes back to pass. Time all day. Oh, no! He fumbled the football. The Chiefs fall on it. all the way back at the 28-yard line. So now the Chiefs have to line up for a game-tying field goal to go to overtime.
Run the football. Run the football.
Not an automatic field goal either. It's going to be from 40 yards.
45 yards.
AB, you were right. They should have run it. I mean, if he's not going to throw it, why won't he release the ball?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, he's been terrible since halftime.
I guess horrible. He's like, I don't know. Terrible. He's got a little shaky. All
right, so here we go. 2 seconds to go. 4th and goal. And they call a timeout, so we'll have to wait another 45 seconds. For those of you tuning into the show, waiting for the 49ers and Rams, we will get to that momentarily, and we understand we'll have to do a jam-packed show in a very short period of time, but that's the way it goes. All right. Boy, what a horrible play by Patrick Mahomes. That just was a bad play by him. I don't know how you don't get somebody open the end zone after 14 seconds running around backstage. All right. So just like last week, a game-tying field goal attempt. 44 yards. Nobody say anything if you're ahead, please. So, here we go. And snap. And it's good. It's good. It's good. We are going to overtime. Son, come in here. Come in here right now. I got the main man, little coach, just came in. He said, let's go.
The assistant coach. The assistant coach.
The assistant coach. I love that.
He just said, it's too much, Dad. It's too much. All right, so while we're waiting for overtime, let's get into 49ers-Rams, and we'll sweat together. Mike, you got something?
I was just going to say, let's try and win the coin toss again this week.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. But I'll give Butker credit. Yeah, AB.
I was going to say, now that it's going to overtime, obviously, want you guys Chiefs to win, but I'll say this. We need 3 pass attempts from Joe Burrow. That's it. We need 3 to hit that net. So.
And if the Chiefs get the ball back, we need Clyde Edwards-Helaire too. We need 1.5 yards. So just like last week when a lot of our plays did not cash in regulation, there is a chance. There is a chance here in overtime.
But anyone who took the Bengals plus the points, they've cashed that.
Yes, except we have a teaser. Careful. We got teasers. We got teasers.
With the points, they can still lose. If they go down and kick a field goal,
they could.
They can lose. They can kick a field goal. Patrick Mahomes can throw a pick 6. Then they would lose on the +7.
Oh, you're saying Burrow would have to throw a
correct.
6. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
The Bengals go down and kick a field goal, and Mahomes could throw a pick 6 or a defensive touchdown that the Bengals score.
Did we win it? Did we win it? Who got it? We got it. JJ says we got it.
No.
The other way. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I got what you're saying, and I didn't think of that scenario.
All right, we won the coin flip thanks to JJ. All right, so we have the football, and
I have the team total at 30. I need the touchdown just to push the team total here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, real
push
quickly.
The under with a touchdown too.
You'll hit the under. You'll hit the under. Yeah.
Oh, you would
because they don't kick the extra point on a touchdown.
They don't kick the extra point. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. All right, quickly. Here's what I want to do. So, he says, I love you, Coach, but got to come back after overtime. I'm pulling for Burrow. A lot of people are tuning out. I don't know why. We're watching it together. So quickly, let's do our best bets here so people can start to get them in while we're in commercial break. And Jeweler, if you can pull it up. And AB, let's start with your best bets for the second game, please.
Yep, absolutely. So first one, I'm on Rams -3.5. Again, I think that the Rams are going to come out with pretty much the same game plan that they had against Tampa Bay. Points are what takes down teams like the 49ers, and they need to come out fast and put their foot on the gas pedal. Second, we're going to go Rams first half -3, and I'll tell you why. Because over the last 4 games, the 49ers in the first half are averaging 5 points in the first half. The Rams, 17. So we are going to go Rams first half -3 as well. Our last play is going to be 49ers wide receiver Juwan Jennings over 2.5 receptions at +140.
All right, I like that a lot. We cashed that McPherson field goal prop or points prop halfway through the third quarter. All right, we need to get to 400 likes if we're going to do the donkey in the next 20 minutes and also the VJM. I need everybody watching live right now. Hit that like button for me. It helps the show. and then we will do what you love the most, the two favorite things, here in about 20 minutes because the clock is ticking. All right, so RJ White is on the under in this game, 46.5. Mike is on the Niners, 3.5, and that brings us to the Maestro. What do you got, Larry?
Yeah, well, I'm completely opposite AB, and I love the Niners tonight. I've loved them all postseason. I love the way they match up against the Rams. The Rams' weakness is in the middle of the field, which is exactly where Jimmy G throws the ball. I'm throwing out the game against Green Bay because of terrible conditions. He has had 2 excellent games against the Rams. Everyone knows they've won 6 straight, but it's really the schemes that match up very well for Kyle Shanahan, and also just the way the Niners front has been able to pressure the Rams. So yeah, I'm on the Niners big tonight. And then Debo, longest reception over 21.5, went over it in both games, had a 43, a 40, and a 32-yard reception in those matchups. He kills zones, and that's what the Rams play, second most zone in the league. And then Akers under 59.5, just because he's averaging about 2 yards a carry. Even though they keep feeding him the ball, I think he's going to have a tough time against the Niners run defense.
I got to get that under in right now because I love that Cam Akers under. I got it at 60.5, so I'm happy about that. All right, so Sia's on OBJ over his receiving prop. Akers under also. It was once at 63.5 on Friday if you got it in there. All right, so Mikey's only in teasers, so that brings me to Alex. Alex, go ahead.
Did I just hear you say, Coach, if I'm not mistaken, you love an under?
I do. I do love the Cam Akers under.
I just wanted to make sure I don't hear that phrase mentioned very often from you. So I just wanted to double check my hearing there. But I've got a 3-pack of plays for you, Coach. Another AB special. Matt Stafford to throw an interception. Stafford has yet to throw a pick in the playoffs after leading the NFL interceptions in the regular season. He averaged an interception on every 35.5 passing attempts, and he's gone 55 postseason passing attempts without an INT. He is due here, in my opinion. He also threw 4 interceptions combined, 2 in each game against the 49ers in the regular season. So I love this spot for Matt Stafford to throw a pick. I've also got Aaron Donald over 4.5 combined tackles and assists. On Friday, you could get this at plus 115. There is just some amazing data on this one. He's hit this in 9 of the last 10 games, hit this in both regular season games against San Francisco. He's hit this 8 out of 8 games where the opposing team has run the ball at least 19 times. No team runs more than San Francisco. So this is a great spot for Aaron Donald to go over 4.5 combined tackles and assists.
I got to stop you, Alex. I got to stop you. Interception, Mahomes. And the Bengals are going to take it over at the 45 of their own. So it was going to be 3 and out, and he just throws an interception, and the Bengals now have the ball, and all they have to do is kick a field goal. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he targeted Demarcus Robinson on the first 2 plays of that drive. That's absolutely stunning.
It's stunning, and it's stupid. Why is Demarcus Robinson even on the field in overtime? That's what I want to know. And then he tried to go to Tyreek Hill on 3rd down, and he was double covered. He threw it in double coverage. Alex, my sincere apologies on your picks. I just had to jump in right there. You go ahead and finish your last pick there, Alex. I'm sorry.
Coach, no need to apologize. Last one is Odell Beckham. I gave this out again on Friday at 51.5 receiving yards. I've been just so impressed with OBJ since joining the Rams, especially in the playoffs. He's firmly established himself as the number 2 option in the Rams aerial attack. He's gone over this in both playoff games so far, combined for 10 receptions, 123 yards, and a touchdown in the playoffs. Van Jefferson is banged up, very limited, practice all week on a limited basis, actually missed practice all week. San Francisco is also 2nd in rushing DVOA compared to 16th in passing DVOA in the regular season. The path of least resistance is through the air. I love OBJ. He doesn't need an uptick in targets to go over this total either. I also like a lot of his alt lines, which I will talk about when we get to the prop section of the show as well. So OBJ over 51.5 receiving yards is my final play.
All right. So 1st down, they got 9 yards. So they're already in field goal position. They're going to run Mixon up the middle, and he's going to get down to the 42. So they are definitely in McPherson's field goal range. It would be a 59-yarder from this point. Boys, I hate to say it, this game's over. This game is over, that we had our shot, and McPherson doesn't miss. Mikey, let me come to you. How poor were those 3 plays coming out of the I just don't know what's going on with Mahomes in the second half. I almost feel like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he definitely does not look good in the second half. You can say whatever you want. He's had more than enough time. Obviously, it's by design on the defensive end, but he has not been good in the second half at all. He has not made any plays. Just a pretty poor effort, honestly, on him in the second half.
Yeah, so if you're going to give him the praise, you got to criticize him too. And even the best can play bad games or make bad decisions. And we knew we had to score there. Meister, you said it. We had to score at the end of regulation to win this game, and they didn't do that. So now it's 2nd and 8 from the 41, and it's going to be interesting here. Do you run the ball and just bank on a 50-yarder perhaps? Or, all right, so it's 2nd down and 8. Clock really doesn't matter. Next score wins the game. Back to pass. Oh, what a throw and catch. T. Higgins again. Boy, that was it. They can't stop him. He's too big. So 1st down to the 32, and it's just a matter of when do they decide to kick the field goal here, because this one's over, and the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. I got to say, I wish I was more upset about it, but I'm also a logical sports fan, guys. And AB, when you went through it last week with the Titans, when your team doesn't play good enough, you got to say, you know what, we didn't play good enough. And
that's all. It's all you could do. And I mean, this Joe Burrow is just unbelievable, man. Like he's been doing this since LSU, and the crazy thing is that Urban Meyer passed on him for Dwayne Haskins. Like what in the world was he thinking? Like Joe Burrow's he's just amazing, man. He really is.
Joe Mixon, 8 more yards, and it just looks like the Chiefs' defense has quit now. They understand what it is, and Andy Reid's going, I've seen that look so many times before. How did this happen? How did this happen? Well, you call bad plays inside the 8-yard line. That's what happened, Andy. Oh, my gosh. He is as great of a coach as he is. Alex, go ahead.
Joe Burrow has just been absolutely phenomenal. He ranks 5th in EPA per play, 1st in completion percentage over expected. That is elite efficiency and the most accurate quarterback in the NFL, despite a putrid offensive line. I cannot emphasize enough just how good Joe Burrow is playing right now. It is phenomenal to watch.
But I got to say that this game is really on the Chiefs offense. I mean, I think the Chiefs defense did way more than enough. I mean, they even got the turnover right back. They probably should have had another pick. But this is really on the Chiefs offense, and Mahomes holding the ball. He must, guys not getting open apparently, because so many times he's holding the ball and taking sacks. It was really shocking to see, but all credit to the Bengals defense.
Yeah, it's a situation where he's got so comfortable being in positions where he has to do something spectacular that when you don't, just do the basic thing. And I love Patrick Mahomes more than anybody. But sometimes make the play. Just make the play and not do something spectacular. And by the way, you're right. Why is Demarcus Robinson even in the game in overtime? And you go to him the first 2 plays, you go to Demarcus Robinson, almost throw a pick on 2nd down. You do throw a pick on 3rd down. So they're 1st and 10 inside the 15. So I say that we move on to the next game because it starts in 15 minutes. And this game is over. We'll tell you when they kick the field goal and win it. So if you have any props, and we're going about 5 minutes is all we got here, that you are looking towards in this game more than what we've given you here, let us know. Put them into the chat. But we've got some big numbers we've got to talk about. Mikey, let me come to you. Cooper Kupp. Let's just put all these into a nice little bunch. His number over 8.5, over 103.5. Talk to me on Cooper Kupp.
Another example, I can't get to the under. I'm not taking the over on the yardage. I do lean into the over on the catches. I'm not playing it either, though. But I do think that they put the ball in his hands as much as they can. The numbers on him have dropped down a little bit in the last few weeks. I expect it to come back up a little bit, but I expect that because I'm expecting a very competitive game from them. If they're out in cruise control, if they're having a lot of success on the ground with the backs, I don't like any of them. But I think the game's going to be super tight. So if you lean towards the Niners, I think I like the over on Kupp's receptions.
Okay, very good. Alex, let me come to you. George Kittle. If the 49ers are going to win today, they're going to need a game from this dude. Over 4.5, minus 134, 54.5, minus 112.
I'd lean over on it. He's really the only pass catcher I can trust right now for San Francisco, and we even see him blocking a lot, so it's even hard to trust Kittle at times. As much as I love the guy, as talented as he is, he's a phenomenal player. This is such a low-volume passing attack from San Francisco. No team is tilted more towards the run. I'm expecting under 30 passing attempts for Garoppolo, so Kittle will need to be very efficient with those targets. So it's hard for me to get behind, honestly, any pass catcher on San Francisco.
Okay. Real quick, in the chat, Mark says, would you play OBJ up to 54?
I absolutely would. I think he's in line for a huge game. Really quickly, I'd just like to touch on, I think that if he connects on one of these deep passes that have evaded him since joining, they're there, but they have not connected him and Stafford on a big play yet. He's getting those targets down the field. In my opinion, he does not need an uptick in targets to go over the 54 number, and he has triple-digit potential if they're able to connect on one of these deep shots. So I actually like sprinkling a little on his alt line, over 70, over 80, over 90. Sia pointed this out on our Friday Prop Spectacular, that you can get him as the leading receiver in this game, San Francisco versus Los Angeles, at plus 850. Definitely worth a sprinkle, in my opinion.
All right, put a little sprinkle on it. It is over in Kansas City. As expected, the best kicker in all of football did not disappoint. He goes 4 for 4, and Joe Burrow becomes the first quarterback drafted number 1 to take his team to the Super Bowl in his first 2 seasons. So congratulations to Joe Burrow. They didn't quit when they were down 21-3. It had been very, very easy. But here's the thing. Moving forward, Joe Burrow is going to have Patrick Mahomes' number 2 times this year. They led by 11 at halftime 2 times this year. The Bengals come back and win it 34-31, 27-24. And so now 4 straight AFC Championship games for Patrick Mahomes. 2 Super Bowls. That's it. You got to win this game today. All right, quickly. We don't have everybody's been watching that game. We don't have anything in the chat. So we're going to do 2 quick things, and then we're going to get the hell out of here because the game starts in 10 minutes. We're going to do the donkey and then the VJM because I think we did as many props as we could possibly get our hands on. Does anybody have any other names they want to talk about before we do the donkey and the VJM? Anything else? I think we're staying clear of 49ers props. And then the Rams are pretty much Cooper Kupp, OBJ. Real quick, Alex Tyler Higbee, his number is 4.5. I know we like him every week. He's cashed that. No?
Too high for me. San Francisco, very good at covering opposing tight ends. I think that number is efficient. Slight lean to the over, but wouldn't play it.
Okay, very good. All right, let's do the donkey real quick. Mikey, go ahead and put it up there for us. And what do you got for this second game?
All right. So the donkey for game 2, we have the Rams plus 6.5, the 49ers plus 10.5, over 35.5 in the game, under 55.5 total points. Cooper Kupp over 89.5 yards. Deebo Samuel over 39.5 receiving yards. George Kittle over 39.5, and Odell Beckham over 39.5, plus 1,100 on all of those.
Okay, very, very good. All right, let's get to the VJM quickly, and this is where we picked the first touchdown of the game to be scored. It's got to be plus 1,000 or higher. It was complete chalk in the first game as Tyreek Hill and the Chiefs offense was phenomenal in the first half. He scored the first touchdown. Who will it be in the second half? M Squared, you can go first.
I am going with 49ers fullback, running back, whatever you want to call him, Kyle Juszczyk. Plus 4,000. This is a game that I kind of expect him to be involved. He's certainly going to be on the field at times. I think he can catch a pass out of the backfield here in the red zone when the attention isn't on him. Value's too good here at plus 4,000.
All right. Maestro, talk to me.
I'm going to go with Jawan Jennings. This guy's really come on, and he exploded against the Rams week 18, 2 touchdowns. In fact, if you go back to week 10, he's second on the team in red zone targets. They look for him on third down. They look for him in the red zone. I got it at 23-1. I'm also seeing it a little bit higher at other books right now, actually at 25-1.
Oh, that's a very nice number if we could catch that tonight. All right, AB, who do you got?
I am going with the pride of Western Kentucky University, the Hilltoppers, our man, Tyler Higbee, Rams tight end, plus 1,100. Tough to find value on the Rams. They got a lot of high-priced guys there. I'm going to go with Higbee, 1,100.
All right, very, very good. Alex, talk to me.
I was praying to find OBJ at plus 1,000. He was like plus 900 everywhere. So I settled for George Kittle. I agree with AB. It's tough to find some value here. I'm going chalk as it gets with my man George Kittle. Former Iowa Hawk.
Oh, I love George Kittle. All right, I'm going to go with a guy that last week was very, very targeted by one Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm going to go Brandon Ayuk plus 1,400. He's starting to get a lot more targets, and he might not get a ton of catches in the game. All I need to do is for him to get one in the end zone. All right, Jeweler, show your face. Who are you going with, big boy?
Well, look, I wanted to go with sort of the chalk with OBJ, but like Alex pointed out, he was right below the line. I also like Tyler Higbee. Always love a good directional Kentucky pick that we can get in there. But I think this is the last shot I got before the Super Bowl, so we're just gonna try to bookend it with the man himself. Even though he's banged up, I mean it's a Hail Mary. We'll do Van Jefferson himself.
You've got 2 games left. 2 games left to get that all important
3 games.
ticket.
Maybe we'll do the Pro Bowl, and really that's some degenerate stuff right there.
Wow, that is straight up degeneration if I ever heard it. But we're not above doing that. Absolutely not. We feed the degenerates just like we feed everybody else. All right, put up that best bet screen, and quickly let's go around and what we're most looking forward to, as several are very disappointed right now in tonight's game. Mikey, let's start with you.
I'm looking forward to a competitive game. I have no live picks left on the game as the Chiefs money line the Chiefs part of the teaser is no longer alive. I had the 49ers plus 9.5. So that's the side I lean towards. That's the side I like. Just looking forward to a competitive game. Now I think that 49ers-Bengals might be a competitive Super Bowl. I'm rooting for chaos.
I think you're right about that. AB, talk to me.
Yep. Teams this postseason that win the game are now 11-0 against the spread.
Damn it. I was so ready to throw that stat back in your face. Alex, talk to me.
I kind of got a little sad there hearing Jacob. He sounded very deflated there, giving that take on Van Jefferson. So I'm actually kind of rooting for Van Jefferson to score a touchdown here because I'm a little worried about Jacob. So, yeah, if Kittle doesn't get in, let's go Van Jefferson.
All right. Very, very good. Maestro, bring us home.
I'm just looking for Jimmy G to show people that he is not as bad as people make him out to be. Throw out last week with the weather conditions. He loves playing the Rams. He loves attacking the middle of the field. I think it's a nice day for Kittle and for Jimmy G.
All right, very good. I am also looking forward to a very good game. Am I disappointed? Yes, but I'm in my 40s now. I do not live and die with a Chiefs victory. It would have been nice, but I don't live and die by it. I always look at the game objectively because that's what I do, and we did not play good enough to win, so I'm cool with that. But we need the 49ers tonight. I like them a lot against the Rams.
AB needs the Rams, actually.
By the way, before we get out of here, I'm a little surprised that neither one of you called out the other one.
I'm game. Let's do it.
AB?
Oh, yeah. Well, first off, look, Larry's above me on the org chart here, so I don't really call out the big guns, but I am in, so let's go.
Well, I need to hear one thing.
Never too late for a showdown.
It's gonna be a showdown.
Oh, something to lift my spirits. That feels good. All right, we've got an official showdown between AB minus 3.5 and the Maestro plus 3.5. It's a nice way to end the show. All right. You saw your best bets. Hopefully you get them all in. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these NFC Championship tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew doing work 3 shows today. Alex, AB, M Squared, the Maestro, and of course the Jeweler puts it all together here at the brand. Enjoy the game tonight. We're here every single day of the week. We grind for you on the early edge. Good luck.